This candle needs some fuego.
You know what might go good with that fuego?
What?
Some agua.
Oh yeah?
Some agua.
Hey!
Fuego y agua.
Hey, Salsa Steve, going on adventures that you won't believe. Been around the world and back again. Don't miss, make sure that you're tuning in. Yeah, hey, good food, good times. Too much fun, so we can't slow down. Got that vibe, he bring that sauce. On the next flight, and we about to take off.
All right, guys, we got the crew in the house. My instructors, my maestros, Fuego y Agua in the house.
Fuego y agua.
What's up? This is
What's up?
Dario.
and
Yuki.
Yuki. So how you guys been today?
Good.
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
What do you guys do today?
Same shit, different days. So that was.
What'd you do, Yuki?
Stay home.
Stay home?
Uh-huh.
Work on
Work on
Choreos?
Yeah, no.
trying to remember that you had this interview
No.
today.
Overslept.
Yeah. Overslept.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I thought I missed this.
Oh yeah. When I texted you today, I was like, what's she talking about? Hope she knows I'm working
Sometimes
right
you just
now.
have to be specific with dates. Be more specific with dates and times.
Yeah.
So when you said time's up, we're like.
I think sometimes I think I assume people know a lot more than they actually know.
Yeah.
And I just go with that. I'm like, oh, they gotta know that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. But before we start, guys, if you guys would hit that subscribe and that like button, I'd really appreciate it. What's up, Salsa Steve?
So, Steve.
And now we're gonna get started with the Yuki.
Oh.
The Yuki. The fuego of the Fuego y Agua, or the agua of the Fuego y Agua
Yeah.
crew. So Yuki, what was it in the before time? Before dancing. Before dancing.
Before dancing.
Because I know
He was like 3 years old before dancing.
I was like, you've been dancing a while?
Yeah.
3 years old?
4 years old.
4 years old?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But not salsa.
Not salsa, okay.
Ballet, jazz, all kinds of stuff.
And where was that at?
In Beppu,
And
where I was born.
Mm-hmm. What's that called?
Beppu.
Beppu? Beppu,
In
Japan?
Yeah, Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that north or like South Japan?
Small town in south.
Oh, okay. In the south?
Mm-hmm.
Is that close to Okinawa?
Close to.
I think Okinawa is really south.
Oh, Okinawa is really south.
It's like.
But
I knew it was south.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Here's
next to
mainland Japan. Here's Okinawa. Like you gotta take like an hour plane.
What's funny is
I could be
like,
wrong, but-
when you think of Japan, you're like, Tokyo.
Right.
And that mountain. Mount Fuji. Yeah, that's pretty much all you think. And then all the bad stuff from U.S. history.
Yeah.
Sushi,
Sushi, ramen.
ramen.
But you know, another thing you think about is that square that where all the people are crossing.
Yeah.
Scramble Square.
Is that what it's called?
Is that
Scramble
right?
Square?
Yeah.
Oh, it has an English name, or is that a Japanese
It's called
word?
the Scramble,
Yeah.
right? It's called the Scramble.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's in English,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sure in Japan they have a Japanese name for it.
Oh, okay.
No, it's imported word.
So it is
yeah, it's
Scramble.
a scramble 交差点.
Oh, okay.
What's really
We
cool
went?
is that there's a building in that intersection, because there's a major train station right there, and people cross from all over.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a building that's like how high is this building? 400 feet? I'm not sure.
70 something floor.
44. Yes, it's super high, and you can buy a ticket to go all the way to the top. And there's like a helicopter landing, and you have a 360 view of Tokyo from there, and you can see like, imagine San Antonio from like the skyscraper here, and just like buildings connected together. And just as far as your eye can see, that's how big Tokyo is.
Dude.
And you can see down, you can see little people like little ants just like scrambling around. That's probably why it's called a scramble.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you started in Beppu.
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 The place is famous for onsen.
For what?
Hot spring.
Oh, the hot
Hot
spring.
spring, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people know, but it's small town.
Mm-hmm. All right, and so you started dancing Beppu, and then where'd you go from there? or did you continue dancing?
Yeah, I continued dancing in Osaka. I went to college there. Osaka for dance.
Okay, you went to Osaka. Osaka's the other big city you know about.
Yeah, Osaka. And I moved to New York.
And you were in Osaka for, what is that, for like high school, college?
For college, yeah.
For college?
College, yeah.
Is it called a bachelor's degree in Japan? What is it called?
Right,
it's called a bachelor's degree still?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you moved to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you do that?
To study dance.
Oh, to study more dance.
Yeah.
So you went to school for dance for your bachelor's degree, and then you went to study more dance in is it a master's degree in dance?
No, just I wanted to. Well, I met this guy, two dancers from Alvin Ailey.
Alvin Ailey. I hear a lot of good things.
Mm-hmm.
I hear some of the dances for those schools are like amazing.
So they came to Beppu. They performed at the small museum when I was like maybe 5th grade, little. I saw these dancers, like dark skin, sweat, beautiful muscle, and then I was like, oh my God, I never seen this before.
Little Asian girl.
Right. Right.
Crazy.
Dancing.
You can be black.
Yeah, they dance like half naked, see.
That's probably what you like so much.
Like, what? People have muscles too.
Then I was doing ballet with a little tutu, don't know what I was doing.
Just a little girl,
Yeah.
What the?
Oh my God, this is dance. And since then, I was dreaming about going to New York. Always. Like, what's in New York? They're from where they're from. I always wondering, and then I always told my parents, I go. Like when I finish school or like soon, then, and finally I went after college.
Okay. So did your parents like you studying dance?
Huh?
Did your parents like you studying dance?
Japan?
Yeah.
Like study dance?
Yeah.
No, your parents.
My parents?
Yeah, your parents.
Oh.
Did they like you?
No.
They didn't?
No.
I want to know. Maybe I'm just being stereotypical.
Yeah.
No.
It's not a very Japanese stereotypical thing to do is study dance.
Yeah, it's hard to make money, It's an artist, and especially my dad, like.
No.
Just no.
Her family's business people from small towns.
Oh, they're business people.
Yeah.
Okay. What do they do?
Wholesale? Yeah.
Like
snacks, drinks, like groceries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So then you went to New York City.
Yeah.
Where'd you study in was it Osaka?
Osaka, I studied performing arts. So I continue. So I want to continue to study there. But so I met a lot of dancers. Back then, there's no YouTube. You can't just buy video and then watch.
You have to go there.
You have to go there, or like they come, like really rare opportunities.
I see what you're saying.
And I took some workshop, so I had there some instructors' name and numbers.
Alvin Ailey.
Yeah, our dance school's name, Alvin Ailey, Trisha Brown's, some, and then I knocked the door of each dance school when I moved, and I stayed. I was taking classes.
Did you take classes in New York from different schools, or did you go to one, or did you go to one specifically, or?
Yeah, from different schools, but mainly it was at Trisha Brown's, which they do contemporary dance.
Okay.
A lot of improvisation, a lot of so it's not the movement is not based on the ballet movement. So the movement comes from, I don't know, from the shape of the wall, and then shape of the floor, and then you create the move from there.
It's like different concepts from ballet.
So, yeah.
I was like, Lost me there.
Yeah.
From the square.
So I.
You don't
Yeah.
get a wall.
You make shapes. You make shapes.
Yeah, and then your hair's moving this way. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So,
So
like
is that more
interact with
considered like contemporary?
contemporary. Yeah.
What makes contemporary? What makes contemporary or jazz? You know, because
I don't know.
what's the difference between contemporary and jazz? It's like salsa jazz music
Yeah.
or Latin jazz. It's like there's very distinct differences. Like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But okay, so you went to what was her name?
Trisha Brown.
Is that a lady or is that a studio?
It's a lady.
Oh, it's a
The
lady.
choreographer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And she
Dance
teaches
company.
at Albanelli?
No, Trisha Brown.
Oh,
Actually,
she
we
has
are
her
like
own-
in the same building.
As Albany?
Nelly, yeah, and Trisha
Is there
Brown.
a lot of schools in the same building?
Just two.
Oh, just
Yeah,
two?
yeah, yeah.
And where was this at in New York?
West Side, 60th Street,
Mhm.
around there. West End.
Very specific.
West End Avenue.
I mean, New Yorkers know how to get around because they have to walk everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
like
And everything's on a grid.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's, every like corner is easy. You just know the names of the corner. It's like, oh, you know where that's at.
Right, if you say the name of the street.
Yeah.
So it is.
Yeah. And so you lived in New York. How long did you live there?
For 18 years.
All right, then we're gonna have
My
to go
God.
over 18 years.
18 years.
So you landed. Do you know how to speak English already?
No, I didn't.
All right.
I had like a little book, small book for the tourists
Mhm.
to say, can I get the Coke? Can I
Greens or,
get yeah?
like, basic-
Where's the bathroom?
Funny
You
how,
know.
like, can I get a Coke? That's what she remembers from the book. I really need some Coca-Cola. It was,
She orders Coke, but doesn't even
it
drink
was
Coke.
like,
but
all
only-
right. Or was that, line 207? Can I get a Coke?
I think we still have that book, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's
It's
funny.
like a Japanese English translation, like dictionary book
That's
with
hilarious.
like other words in it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so when you got there, like, how did that work? Like, did you find an apartment? Did you have friends? Did you?
I actually had a friend from same college. He and his friend moved to New York like maybe 4 years before I did.
Mhm.
So they kind of established, but they had apartment.
They had a floor.
Yeah.
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 Had a room.
With
They
a
had
lot of
a room.
roommates.
Yeah.
Right, and then they're both from same college, and then I met them maybe a few times, but somebody gave me their numbers, so I called them, and I'm here.
That's
You're
the
from
way-
Japan, I'm from Japan.
That's
so
Yeah, from same college.
That's
Can
a-
I stay?
That's the way to do it, man.
This Kengo-san?
That's Kengo.
Dude,
Yeah.
Kango-san?
Kengo. Yeah,
Kengo?
he's an artist
Mhm.
now. In Austin, he paints things on
Okay.
the walls and stuff.
Okay, cool.
We go to Austin, like we've been there like twice I think, just to go to a show.
Yeah.
He's like, he does like live shows. He's like out of this wall kind of guy. You would think that he's on drugs or drunk or something, but he's like a completely sober guy, but just just off. And his art is just incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah.
In fact, over in Austin, you can see a lot of his artwork, and it's very distinctive. His character and his signature is like very, very distinctive.
Who's this guy?
Kango.
Kango or P.
P. Lander.
Lander.
Kango P. Lander.
Mm-hmm. P.
Lander.
Lander. P.
This guy
Lander.
loves yellow.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know who else
Let's
loves
see.
yellow? Omeo.
Oh, his headphones, I think, are yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know.
It was the weirdest thing. He posted on his Instagram the other day. I'm like, he's like, what's my favorite color? I'm like, orange. He's like, yellow.
Yellow.
What the? You know,
Might be an art thing.
you're
you
that
know,
yellow
artist
type
thing.
of guy. Yeah. Yeah, it could be like a DJ artist thing. You know? Okay, so you're rooming with Kango.
Uh-huh.
You don't know how to speak English.
Right.
How'd you get to class? How'd you get on the bus? How'd you jump on the
Well,
subway?
you can do it without speaking, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wait. Explain to me, because I've been to Japan and I can't read the language here, and I could not get around the subway system without you walking me through everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the subways, I could do. Like when I went to Seoul, like I could see like the dot turned red when I went here. This city was called this. And to be honest, I'm pretty extroverted, so I would just walk up to a random stranger
And just ask.
Even though I can't speak Korean, I'm just like, bro, Ichiwan, Ichiwan,
Ichiwan, please.
Am I going the right way? She's like, I'm like, good.
Yeah.
You sound like you don't know what I'm saying, but you kind of do.
Just nod.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going the right way. Wrong way. But
Yeah,
okay, so
I survived.
all right, cool. So where was the first place you went to?
Went to?
Yeah, where was the first
In
place?
New York?
No,
Oh,
To dance?
to dance.
To dance?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
No.
I think she went like at a lot of places.
Oh, yeah?
Knocking on doors and
Oh, like a dance studio or something?
Dance studio. Yeah.
to train, practice.
I don't remember.
What company was it you went to like Europe a few times?
That was with a company from Japan.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Trying to remember the name. Dumb Type. The
Okay.
group called Dumb Type. But
What type of dance was that?
Contemporary. They
Oh.
have a video.
Mm-hmm.
They have music, computer music that dancer wears sensor.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And
Oh, it's like those little balls.
yeah, with
Yeah.
I don't know, all wires.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I move, this move get translated to MIDI or number,
Mm-hmm.
goes to computer and then make a sound.
Okay.
And then also at the same time, like the video changes.
Wow.
Okay.
Depends on like how I move, right? That was like 20 years ago.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
They
sounds awesome,
just
that.
started this kind of art.
Mm-hmm.
So we went around all Europe, toured all Europe, Germany, Paris, Amsterdam.
Damn, that must have been a good tour.
You want to know a little funny
Yeah.
side story? During all this, her roommate, her artist friends, right? Kengo being one of them. So Kengo also has a rock band,
Okay.
and he's an artist.
Mhm.
So he tours, plays music, and he does art. And he did this in New York too.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to get Yuki, because they're artists living together. He tried to get Yuki involved in this. And so Yuki showed me a picture one time of her like back in New York with playing guitar with like a rock and roll kind of outfit with like fishnets on her hands, a haircut crazy, like black and white, almost like a emo kid playing the the guitar.
Do you know how to play the guitar?
I used to know.
Oh, really?
Not anymore.
So during all this dance training, like she also lived with different types of artists. One of them being Kengo, who's a good friend of hers, who was trying to get her into like rock and roll band, and so she was. We just pictures she has shown me of her like playing the guitar, like videos. And keep going too, right? Oh no, she stayed.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
When did you learn guitar?
Uh-huh.
How did you learn guitar? Self-taught?
Yeah, self-taught.
There in New York?
So, yeah, roommate.
Oh, your roommate?
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
oh, I'm
yeah.
bored, so I'm just gonna
yeah.
play this guitar.
Yeah, you don't have to spend money.
It's
You
more
just
like
stay home.
Yuki. I'm doing an art show. I want you to play guitar. Here, play guitar, play music.
Okay. So then you went around to the different studios, and did you make a living off the dance?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I know people in New York have like 3 or 4 jobs to try and maintain.
Yeah,
Costs like $1 million a year to live there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I was a part of artist community, so we have this apartment called like a train.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Like a train. Long apartment, room after room after room after room after room, and 10 people living there.
Okay.
And I was paying like $150 for rent. I pick up a bed from the street.
$150.
Yeah.
Man, that must have been a cool experience in New York, man.
Talk about roughing it,
I mean, It's not like
She
I
went to
haven't
New York.
heard about it though, but
She went to New York with no family, no friends, hardly speaking the language, hardly any money, trying to dance out there.
dude,
But I was living on top, like I didn't have room, but like a loft.
mhm.
Oh,
I had to
nice.
bend over.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's an experience though, man. Like, to be honest, like whenever I put myself in situations like that,
Yeah.
man, like I think some of the best stories comes out when I have the
When
least
you
amount
went
of
to
money.
you went to Thailand or where'd you go for like 3-4 months? And when you let your hair grow.
No, dude, I already had my hair grown like that. I was out there for like 5-6 months. I'm
Wow.
like, dude. and-
Was it Thailand?
Yeah, it was Thailand. I wasn't in Thailand the whole time. I was in Thailand for like 3 months. But I went to like
Wow.
Malaysia.
And so I assume you
Singapore.
stayed like hostels. And you
Yeah,
stayed,
dude, like $5 a night.
Nice.
That was the best, some of the best sleep I ever got, dude. Just because I had nothing, like when you have nothing to be responsible for, dude, you could sleep like a baby. You like, if someone,
Did you wake up earlier than usual because you just want to get your day started? Or
yeah, I
did
just
you,
wanted to go explore.
yeah.
I love
Nice.
exploring.
Where in Thailand was it?
Mostly it was in Chiang Mai and Pai. I spent a lot of time in Pai, Thailand. I spent a little bit of time in Bangkok, but Bangkok's kind of like.
What's that beautiful place in Thailand? It's like gorgeous beaches and like
Koh Phi Phi.
oh Phuket.
Phuket.
Is that was you around there or was it close?
No, I went to the islands. I went to the islands on the other side. There was this island called Koh Tao, and there was another island called Koh Phangan, and those were the islands I went to. But like, you have to go to the other side to go to the other
I
ones.
see.
And I was roughing it, so I didn't have all that much money.
How did you do it not speaking their language? You know?
To be honest, like.
You point.
I just
Universal language point.
Dude, usually I just because I had this like I had my phone and I had this like map that could like work without the internet, and I would always like I could like zoom in and out, and then I could just be like, oh, we're here, and then I need to get here, and then I'll point to the name, and the name of the city always comes out in English and in the native language, not in English, but like with like what's the
Roman alphabet.
Yeah, the Roman alphabet. Yeah, like that. So that would make it a whole lot easier. And I would do that everywhere that I went. It's like just tell them the name of where I'm at, and where I want to go.
Yeah.
And then or some of the hostel people would find out and be like, oh, you just take the bus over there and just go to the bus station and tell them to give you a ticket for this, and then be like, and then I would just trust them. And like, okay. That sounds good. That's what I'm winning.
Okay, thank you.
Like, so I have this friend named Sam, and he's this guy from England, and the funniest thing is like I was alone in Thailand in Bangkok, and I remember I took the metro. I didn't know what I was doing. I just wanted to explore. I took the metro as far as I could take it in one direction to the very, very last point.
For what? Just
For
time?
kicks. And I was like, all right, now that I took this metro as far as I could take it, I'm gonna take this road as far as I could take it. So, and I was all by myself. So now I'm not even just in Bangkok. I'm in a city. I'm in the outskirts.
Yeah.
In a place where there's no foreigners. I'm the only foreigner.
Yeah.
You know, when the story continues, I go into like a market, I buy some food, and then I go get a haircut.
Out of all the things you can do.
Dude, I was just like, you know what'd be real interesting if I get a haircut. And I didn't go get a haircut. I actually, because I had my long hair and my beard, I just went in there and told them to trim up my beard.
Yeah.
You know, because it was like getting ridiculously long. And I just walk in there and all of them just look at me like I'm a crazy person.
Yeah. This foreign guy with big beard, big hair.
And I'm so far, there's no other foreigners. So it's not like it's common for me to go in there, you know?
Yeah.
But long story short, I walk back, I get on the metro, and on the way back, you know, I still haven't really talked English to anybody because no one I found spoke English.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting down trying to get back to my stop. I see this white guy, and I'm like, this guy.
This guy.
He knows how to speak English.
You can't just look at him and be like,
Yeah, this
kind
guy.
of
I was
give him a
like,
nod.
hey, what's up, man? You know how to speak English? He's like, yeah, man. I'm like, cool.
Cool, I got a
What's your
friend.
name, dude? I haven't spoken to anybody all day. I'm going crazy. It's like, where are you going right now, man? He's like, oh, dude, I'm gonna go to the train station, go to Chiang Mai, and get a train ticket to this other city.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
Cool, I'll go with
me
you.
too. I was thinking about going there. I'm just gonna go with you. You know, like you seem to know what you're doing.
I can trust you, right?
You know, I don't have nothing to lose. So then I'm just hanging out with them, and then we end up going separate ways for a little bit. Cause first we went to go get our tickets. So we went to go tickets, and we're like, all right, well, I'll meet you back here when we the ticket. Then we end up like, I end up going back a hostel that night, and this was around the time where I was just trying to complete my mission of going salsa dancing in Bangkok.
Wait, this whole time you've been trying to do that every day, or?
No, this was just my mission. Like,
oh, I see.
It was just like I had this like idea like for like a year, you know. Like I was just like I was gonna learn salsa dancing in Denver with Edie, and then once I did it, I needed to go dance salsa in Bangkok,
Specifically in Bangkok.
So that night was like the club that I dreamt about for like a year. You know, I looked it up and I dreamt about it, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go, man. I gotta go. So then that night I go. I'm actually on my way to the club, and I see Sam out in the street somewhere.
Who's Sam?
Sam was the guy I met on the metro.
Oh, that same guy.
That same guy. And I see him out in the street. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And he has this girl with him. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, oh, just hanging out, you know, buying some stuff to eat. I'm like, cool. Where are you guys headed? What are you guys gonna do tonight? Oh, nothing. I'm like, you guys wanna go salsa dancing? And then we all go salsa dancing.
No way.
Yeah. And then I end up, you know, I'm like, dude, I think he's the one that videoed. I have a video on my Instagram, like from a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think he's the one that videotaped it.
Nice. You gotta share that.
Nice.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't for meeting Sam. He wouldn't have convinced you to go to Bangkok.
Oh no, I was in Bangkok. He convinced me to go to Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai. Oh, I see. But when you came back, is that when you ran into Sam again in the street?
No, I ran into him on the way to the club.
Oh, I see.
On the way to the salsa club.
Small world, huh?
Dude.
You still keep in touch with him?
Huh?
You still
Yeah, I send him a message every now and then. He likes when I post something.
Sam, shout out to Sam.
Especially because like
You're the man.
Especially because I'm still doing like the Salsa Steve thing.
Yeah.
And that was when around the time I came up with it.
Wow.
You know, I'm like, yeah, man, I want to make videos on YouTube. And I want to make salsa my life.
Nice.
Man, I wish I could talk to him.
You know,
Yeah.
and like, dude, this is like all I would talk to him about. You know, like, yeah, dude, I just want to dance, bro. I'm tired. I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
You know, but back to you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that was a long tangent.
That's okay.
No, so now we're in New York. Tell me the time.
Oh, it's not going to take forever. It's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Summarize though.
Yeah, summarize. Give me your best stories. I mean, because you must have some good stories being in a room, in a place with like 20 artists.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what type of artists were they? So Kango was a painter and a musician.
Oh, at the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them are painters, photographer,
Dancers.
dancers. One guy was, what do you call?
Sewing.
No, carving.
Oh, carpenter.
No, not carpenter. No.
Like an ice sculpture?
Yeah,
A
sculpture.
sculpture. Oh.
Yeah, sculptor.
A sculptor.
Sculptor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, this was an interesting freaking apartment.
They're all Japanese.
No, some
Oh, I see.
some people from Spain we had.
There were a lot of foreigners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lived together.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hostel, right?
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty neat. And they all came there for just to try and make it in New York or something? Or what was the
Right.
point? Is that they came from like different places to be like, all right, we got to go to New York and we got to make it. Like,
Right.
I watched this show.
American Dream.
Yeah, the American Dream.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I watched this show one time called Make It in America.
Yeah.
And it was about these like two like Hispanic dudes that want to make their own like fashion line, and they're starting up in New York, like buying buying like whatever this jean crap is, you know, and they're like trying to sell these cool jeans to everybody. And then this guy's always trying to flip jackets.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is amazing, dude. And one of the guys reminds me of my friend. Like,
was this a long time ago or like recent?
It was an HBO show.
Oh,
It was an HBO show that came out probably a while back.
yeah.
Yeah, probably 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, the Big Apple, like, you know, a lot of people go there to fulfill the dream, especially like people from out of the country too.
Mhm.
So not only you have like high quality Americans going there to fulfill the dreams, but you also have like people from out of countries coming there. So New York, I can't imagine how competitive can be. Should I do anything, you know?
Yeah, dude, but I mean, that also brings up the light.
And yeah,
You
and that's
know?
probably why there's so much talent
Yeah,
in any industry in New York, because you have like people who are working their ass off, sacrificing like she did just to go dance.
killers, man.
Yeah,
You know, it's a different mentality where we'll be able to give up everything and go.
yeah.
You know.
Right.
All right, so now you've been going to these different contemporary places, and so you've been going to class, you've been living life. How was life in New York, by the way?
It was fun. A
Yeah.
lot of stimulation.
Mhm.
Always looking for something
Mhm.
to do, something fun.
I mean, I heard like the life in New York, like since most people don't have a big apartment, you're kind of always out in the streets.
Right.
You know, you're just like, oh, what is there to do?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Just go home.
Can
and
you
sleep.
imagine living in New York? You would never be in your apartment.
dude.
Right.
You'd be the guy that like
No.
always up to something.
I don't know if I could take it, man.
Yeah. Imagine living in like a room this big and like.
If I lived in a room this big, oh my god, I would never be home.
And then at any time of the day, you can go out and do whatever you want to do. Like
That's the weird part.
Yeah.
It's
the
like,
city never sleeps, right?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I've only been there once. I've seen a lot of movies.
I've been there a couple times, and I really enjoy the atmosphere. It's a little dirty.
Yeah.
Subway smell.
Yeah.
There's
So
this-
people play hard, work hard, like work a lot too. You know, so I like that. I like that energy, just always going.
Yeah,
But I get tired.
yeah. But I think the fact that everyone's going and going, it
Yeah.
makes you burn out a little bit.
And the fact
Yeah,
that and
yeah.
the fact that pizza is really good.
Yeah,
For like $2.
and the fact that you get all types of food from everywhere.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Oh
cool.
my god.
I mean, you could do that anywhere. I have this belief that you could get food from anywhere you go, in the States mostly.
Right.
Not like anywhere the rest of the world, but in the States, you get ramen in almost every city, pho,
Right. Mexican food,
Korean
Greek
food, Greek
Italian food, yeah.
whatever. In most cities, but like in New York, dude, you probably have so many good restaurants. Same with the
Yeah.
competition thing,
Yeah.
You have so much competition that
Yeah.
you probably
Yeah.
like being like the best, Yeah. All right, so you got through the schools. You kept going to school. You kept going, taking classes and
Yeah.
training. How do we get to Mr. Eddie Torres? How did that happen?
So I went back to Japan once, and then I had a little Maria.
In 18 years?
No.
You went back once to Japan?
During 18 years.
No, she always visited family.
Oh.
Family came,
Yeah,
but she
yeah,
moved
yeah.
back. She moved back to Tokyo for a little bit when she had Maria.
Okay.
So I stopped dancing completely. Actually, I met Eddie Torres before Maria, right? One of friends told me he started dancing at the gym that he was going to, and then that was Eddie teaching in Queens at the gym, and so my
Eddie
friend
Torres Jr. or Eddie?
Torres.
No, Eddie Torres Jr.
Senior.
Eddie
Junior
Torres Senior.
wasn't born.
Oh, Gino wasn't born yet. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy, my friend, took me to his class. Like he said, okay, I'm into this. There's a salsa congress happening this summer. I need to practice. So you're a dancer. You can be my practice partner.
Okay. Nice.
And
So that guy was taking class from Eddie Torres at the gym he was going to.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
thank you for translating.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I was like, okay, and and I walked into the class, the salsa class. That was like 2 blocks away from my apartment. So I was convinced, like,
That's not that big a deal. I just walk.
And then I went, and I didn't know, but it happened to be Eddie Torres' class. And then people start telling me, like, he's famous, he's a Mambo King, he's a big deal. But I didn't really care that time.
He's like, oh, it's just. And most of the time, I think when you look at it from like a fresh pair of eyes, most people don't, especially like, most people, like, if you're an artist, no one looks at you like, unless like you're the artist that, like, you're in that genre.
Yeah.
You know, most people are just like, there's just another dude.
Yeah.
But also you have to understand
Doritos,
too.
you know?
Yuki was used to being around like elite level dancers and training and studying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this time in Eddie's life, Eddie had like this kind of swollen up a little bit.
Okay, guys.
So he wasn't in like his youth, shape. So
Yeah. But I saw he was dancing with Maria Torres and then his wife. So cute.
So he's
you
always
know?
been dancing with Maria Torres?
Yeah.
For like
In
the last,
classes.
how long?
they
don't
met when they were
know,
like in
like
their, I think he was
40 years?
yeah
40 years?
Yeah.
Probably.
They've been teaching together for 40 years?
yeah.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's amazing.
That's amazing. 40
Yeah.
years.
Uh-huh.
Gosh.
But I saw, so people just love them,
Mm-hmm.
being around them,
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I wasn't into salsa much. I was, taking classes maybe once a week, twice a week back then.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew, now I know, back then there was like Frankie Martinez was there, Franklin Diaz.
Like in the classes?
In the class.
Taking class?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Taking classes. Tito Puente came one time.
Oh, wow.
I remember like blurry,
Uh-huh.
but people were telling me that's the musician. You should say hi. You should,
Oh, wow.
I could be wrong, but I think Tito Puente passed away in 2001. So this is like early.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, because that, man, dude, that's crazy. Like, we would kill to see Tito Puente. Like,
Or
man, like, from her eyes, she was like,
imagine
he's
going
just
to
another
class.
dude.
Imagine going to class seeing Franklin Diaz, Franklin Martinez.
Yeah.
This is before Adolfo came to Eddie.
Mhm. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, they've been doing that. No wonder they're amazing, dude. They've been doing that.
Long time.
I mean, Franklin Diaz was in there. I mean,
Yeah.
There's a story that Jadiel Garcia told us when we were working with him when he was here
Mhm.
about Franklin Diaz, because he used to train with Franklin Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
He was his mentor for a little bit. And Eddie, I'm not sure how old Eddie Torres was, but Franklin Diaz was 16-ish at the time. This is coming from what we were told. And that Eddie saw this young guy dance like incredible, right? And he was just like orthodox and like just move wild and crazy and stuff. And so different from what he used to training. So he invited Franklin Diaz to come to his class. And he had Eddie Torres dancers training together. And then he would I think he said he taught a turn pattern or something, and then he asked Franklin Diaz to show us. Okay, now show us how you do it, right? Eddie Torres asked Franklin Diaz, who was new to the studio, like young kid,
Mhm.
and then he had Eddie Torres dancers there who were kind of big headed, kind of like a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Franklin Diaz was like doing things all kind of different and wild and like just very expressive, very emotional about his dance. And Eddie's like, see, that's what I'm talking about, something like that. Like he was pointing out to how different Franklin Diaz was. And since then, he committed to, not committed, but he started investing in Franklin Diaz at a really young age.
Man.
So now you see Franklin Diaz now, like an amazing, amazing dancer, out of this world. Like he's in his own atmosphere. What he can do.
So that time, no Adolfo yet.
Mm-hmm.
That was one generation before.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was on and off. Right? Sorry to cut.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was on and off.
Okay.
And then I stopped dancing completely because Maria is coming. I went back to Japan for a year.
Okay.
Hmm.
And
And then I came back.
so was Maria born in Japan?
Actually, in Hawaii.
Oh, in Hawaii. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, wait. So you went back to Japan because Maria was coming, but how'd you end up in Hawaii?
I just wanted to give birth in Hawaii, so I went to Hawaii.
Oh, so you went to Hawaii. You went to Tokyo for a year.
Yeah.
And in the middle of that, you went to Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
To give birth.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so then did you just stay in Hawaii?
No.
Oh.
Went back to Tokyo, but I had the opportunity to go back to New York, to move back to New York.
Okay.
So.
And at this point, you've learned English, at least a little bit, right? Oh, you were still getting around with.
That's okay. In New York, you can survive without speaking English.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Japanese community.
I mean, they have a big Japanese community. Okay.
Yeah. And
that makes sense. I mean, I know a lot of Latinos that don't speak English and survive in New York or Miami.
Right.
Well, Miami can't survive unless you speak Spanish.
Right.
Right.
Taking dance classes, don't require speaking English. So.
All right, so now you're back in New York for a second time.
With a baby
with
too.
With the little one. Maria. Okay, and then.
And when she was like 2, I have a little time because she's growing up. So, and I wanted to get out and then release some stress because I wasn't dancing at all.
Gotcha.
After like 30 years dancing. And so I didn't want to go back to serious dancing like ballet, or contemporary, like too much training. And I thought about Eddie's class.
And he was still teaching them.
Yeah.
I heard he teaches like every Sunday consistently for like the last forever.
That time like 4 days a week.
Oh, 4 days a week?
Yeah,
oh,
he was teaching. Yeah. So I went back. I took elevator to go up to the studio with Eddie. I couldn't remember how he looked, but I remember he was a big guy. But this guy in the elevator was me. He dressed like a magician, like a red jacket with
that sounds
black lapel chain, hats and everything, perfume. And he looked at me. He said, "Are you taking salsa class?" Really nice gentleman. And I said, "Yes, come with me."
I'll show you the magic.
Alright, guys.
And he took me to the studio, went to the studio. Everybody claps when he walks in, right? That's like a tradition in Eddie's class. When he walks in, every time everybody is lined up. I was like, I don't remember, but what the hell is this?
Who's I in the elevator with? Who is this guy?
Right.
You giving out drugs in here? What are you doing?
Why is everyone so happy to see you?
I know. Okay.
Yeah, since then, I was hooked to salsa dancing. The class is so fun.
So you just kept going?
Kept
classes,
going.
And then
4 days a week. And then, like you said, Sunday class was intermediate class, only the day a week, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. No, 6 p.m. 2 to 6. So it's 4 hours.
Okay.
$15 back then?
$15 for 4 hours?
4 hours?
Class.
That's fairly cheap.
Yeah.
Are you more surprised about the price or the amount of time?
The amount of time I kind of get it, just because like I know Eddie Torres dancers were like they were like the really really cool guys.
Yeah.
Marcus Neves, like I think he talked about it like.
Mamboland?
Yeah, I watched one of his videos or something. Maybe it was a Mamboland video. He was talking about he's like, man, I've seen like the Eddie Torres dancers and they were like the cool badass dancers and I wanted to be one of them. So I went over there and I tried becoming, Eddie Torres dancer and and then he became one.
Yeah.
He knows the curriculum, So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, so now you're going to the intermediate class. This isn't like choreography class or anything, right?
No.
This is just like
it's a
social dance?
Shine.
Shine class?
Yeah, it's
The
3
whole
hours
hour?
shine.
Oh, 3 hours shine.
And then maybe like 45 minutes partner work.
Because you would forget to do it sometimes, right?
No, everybody loves shine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, shine is it's become even easier for me to do shines and partner work.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have to worry about anybody else.
Yeah.
I just have to worry about myself.
Yeah.
You know?
And then every time, every opportunity, you get better and better and better and better.
Well, yeah. You can get more reps of getting better. Which is like,
right.
if you don't have to worry about someone, it's like, it's a time split in half getting better. You know? Okay, so now you're hanging out with editores every 4 days a week.
Yes.
And then how's this?
Um.
Like you just hang out with them?
Yeah,
you just go to class, and then how'd you end up being helper or?
Yes. Like maybe 6 months later, I started. Since I went back. His wife Maria Torres, I think she's got knee injury or something. She's got she had to do surgery. So she was always helping Eddie or his daughter Nadia Torres. But she was going to college, and she got injury. So they invited me to help him. At that time, I didn't know anything. But but I don't know. But he put me into the spot. Okay, show me right turn.
Left.
Show me 1.5 right. And then he always goes, okay, let me explain in English again. And then he said that in English again. And I was so nervous, but like he trained me to assist him.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so I started doing it, dancing next to him. I did for like about 4 years from that.
Who'd you see go through the classes? Did you see it?
Yeah,
Did you ever see Adolfo in there?
Yes. Adolfo Indacochea. Marcus was there.
Nieves? Okay.
I saw they became the part of Eddie Torres dancers. Kimberly Rivera, Melissa Rosado, and in class there was like a Sekou Makumila.
Oh,
Sekou Makumila.
He was going to those classes? 'Cause I know he was from Alvin Ailey too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, he trained.
He trained with Alvin Ailey.
Joe
Dominguez.
Dominguez, yeah, he was there.
Oh wow, there's a lot of those OGs.
OGs, Joe.
Like OGs, like those guys are
DJ.
still teaching salsa. They love it to death. Like
DJ
La Conga.
La Conga, you know, La Virgen Garcia.
Antonio.
Yeah, DJ Antonio.
like Antonio, the guy with the longest running social.
No,
Yeah.
that's Jimmy Anton.
I was
That's
Jimmy
Anton.
Anton. I thought it was Antonio.
Yeah.
Antonio La Conga, him and Joel do La Vieja Gloria, LVG.
Guardia.
Guardia.
I don't know.
Some G word.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I think Homero went to go visit him in New York.
Oh yeah.
La Conga, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
knows him a
yeah.
lot.
Okay, so all those people went through there.
Went through, yes.
Wow. What did you see that those people had that like other people didn't have? I guess.
Good question.
What do you mean by that? I'm sorry.
No, I mean, did they look special when they walked in?
Oh,
They
I
just
see.
look like
No.
they just look like Joes, you know.
In other words, did you know Adolfo was gonna be like the world mambo
like
person?
like for some reason, like I don't have a like when I look at people, like I put everyone on like an even playing field. I don't see like I see that some people get stuff a little bit easier, but like I never ever think like anyone's really that far away from my talent.
Nice.
Even if I don't have talent, you know. I'm just
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah.
A few more years I can get you.
Wait till I hack at this. Let me hack at this a
I got you.
little longer. Might take me a little longer. I'll hack at it. I'll break my head open till I get it.
Yeah,
you know, and like, but like, But then again, like I don't know, maybe that's just my point of view.
That's what I love about you, man. You're really hardworking, man. Like
Yeah.
you pound the brick until it breaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do.
It's just that's my superpower. That's the only one I was given, dude.
That's a power, though.
That's the only one I was given. But like, did you notice those things? Did you see?
No.
Like, did you see them? Like, oh my god.
I was just looking at them like, wow, amazing dancers, you know. But they were like a nerd. They just practice, take 4 classes, and then they go out, you know, dancing at the social and practice. So they work hard.
Yeah, but also they got a lot. There's probably a place to dance every night in New York too, you know.
Yeah.
And then like so many people go to.
And you're also with all those other people that also want to get good. So now you got like a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Did you ever see like anyone like how? I mean, this must have been a while back, so you didn't see like Charlie Garcia or like come through or
later.
maybe it was a baby.
No, I think I didn't see.
You know.
Later, after when I left, and then when I went back to New York, I saw him coming up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but back then when I was there, I didn't see him.
Okay, gotcha. So when did now? Who were the Eddie Torres dancers when you were there? I guess.
So those people.
Oh, those people.
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
What did they do? Routines?
Catherine Jimenez too.
Oh, she was a small little girl,
Yeah,
right?
she was tiny, 7 years old.
So they would just do choreos and go to congresses and that
Yeah.
kind of like how we do now. Okay.
So if you look up Eddie Torres dancers and you see like Adolfo dancing with Eddie Torres dancers, Marcus Nieves was there, a few other people. That was the time when she was also dancing in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was watching.
you're watching.
One day.
Yeah.
So they were like in class, Marcus and like Adolfo and like Marisa Rosado and Nadia, like they were like superstars, you know, because they get to perform Eddie and travel the world, really.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Man, that must have been really neat to see that.
You wanna know a fun fact? And you can look this up. Yuki performed her debut with Eddie Torres Dancer with Eddie, because although she assisted him for a long time, she didn't really dance with the dancers. But her debut was actually Eddie Torres Jr.'s debut, same show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were part of Eddie Torres dancers.
Later. It took me long time. Oh my God. So Eddie told me, so something's missing in me. And I couldn't figure out.
Oh, he just told you that and then like, all right, bye.
Something's missing.
All right, I'm gonna go eat a sandwich. Something's missing in you.
Yeah.
I'm out.
No, but he told me, you're doing too much.
Doing too much.
You're doing too much.
Okay.
And I didn't understand, you know. But that's why I don't pick you. I pick this girl. You know, this girl next to me became dancers. This girl became, you know, one of me.
Do less, Yuki.
But do more.
But
Yeah.
but don't stop.
He told me. I guess he saw me, you know, I'm sad, but he told me you do too much. You're trying too hard. And I didn't get that time because I was trying too hard.
Doing too much. That's the problem.
Yeah, that was a problem. And you know, this moment, this age, and you know, looking back, that it's like how many years? 10 years ago. I was doing like trying too hard.
You're trying too hard.
Trying too hard, and then I see in my students too, like, you know, now. That's, you know, trying too hard, trying to be like, for example, I'm Japanese. I'm from Japan. I don't have that move in my blood, right? So I try to copy like a Latina,
Okay.
but it's not me.
Okay, that's a good way to put it.
Right.
That's a very good way to put it.
Why couldn't Eddie just say that, right?
Yeah.
Eddie.
I mean, it could just. I don't
Be
know.
you, Yuki. Be you.
Maybe make her think about it. Maybe the more you think about it, the more solutions you come up with.
Right. That's
You know.
it's very deep.
Yeah. So-
You know, even though you hit a wall, but at least it kept you thinking about it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently she's still thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's 10 years. It says,
Uh-huh.
Eddie told me this fucking thing.
And now I see it.
Still fucking in my head. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
So you know, I was trying to be somebody, like somebody, you know, but that's not it. That's not salsa. So it, you know, I realized, of course, later.
And then he picked you.
Yeah, and that happened.
And then eventually one day he's like, now you started doing less. That's just
You do
enough.
less.
Yeah, he goes, you need to suck it. You know, suck it.
That's what we all need.
I'm gonna send you a video though of the show they did with the Eddie Torres dancers, and then Junior with Eddie Torres Junior was like 14, 13, 15,
Yeah.
small little chunky kid with long curly hair,
Yeah.
dancing Babara Batiri actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with him and his dad, and then Yuki did. Yuki actually did also a duet number with your former partner Frank at the time. So it's a cool show. It's called Salsa La Celebration.
Okay.
Salsa La Celebration. I'll look it up.
Yeah. Okay, so he was short and chubby.
Yeah.
He was.
Right?
I mean, like a baby, you know.
It was a
still
baby fat,
yeah.
Yuki tell me a story when Eddie Jr. first started coming to classes, you know.
Yeah?
To Eddie.
So, yeah, so cute.
Damn, man. Those kids, man, that's so cool, man. To learn something this cool at a very young age, man, that's... It could be anything. It could be hip-hop. It could be anything.
Right, right.
Man.
But also have the talent that he does. You know?
Yeah,
know,
it's kind of thing.
It's like... Dude, you do something long enough, it becomes talent, and people start saying it's talent. Like...
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like I'm a wizard on a computer. I can figure out anything.
But you weren't at first. I think he's...
I've been doing this since I was a kid. I was
Right.
like 10.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
been on that
Yeah.
thing forever. So
Yeah.
like now it's just like innate. You know,
So
it's
now
like
you have talent.
now I have talent, but I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Maybe, but don't exclude the 10 years or plus years I've done.
Like, what you do something for 10 years?
Yeah.
Gosh, man. Do something for 20 years. See if you're not good at whatever that is.
Yeah.
You know, you keep on it for 20 years, dude, you could be good at anything.
You know, Eddie Torres
Yeah.
is closer to 70 than he is 60. He's like 65, 66. And
And he
he's
told
been-
us senior?
Senior, yeah. And he's been teaching since he was like 15, 16 years old.
Wow, that's
Amazing.
amazing.
So-
Amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
No wonder he's so good at teaching. I fucking love taking his class.
Yeah.
I could just watch him in his class.
Yeah.
Like, I was paid to sit here.
But
He's
more
entertaining,
important is-
dude.
Yes,
it-
that's what he
He's
Yeah.
like
was.
entertaining to just watch.
Nice.
He's so weird. Like he does weird things.
Yeah.
Like he'll say weird things. Like he's like I don't know, Maria. I remember this stuck in my head. Maria, she's like, man, what did she say? She was like, yeah, baby. She's like, baby, you. He's like, oh man. He's like, damn, I don't want to kill it. I don't want to kill it.
Let
She's
it come
like-
out, let it come out.
she's like, you're in this, I think it was like jail. So you're in this, Maria was like, oh, in this relationship. It was like, it was talking about the relationship.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm in this jail of love. And I'm just like, what the hell? He's like this trap of love.
Trap of love.
You know, like this cage of love, you know?
It's so funny.
And I'm like, what the?
And cute.
It's so weird. I'm just like,
You know the belt, the buckle?
The buckle, yeah.
You know, and then it moves.
It spins.
He's a spinner.
No, the letters goes by.
Oh, like digital?
Digital, yeah.
He is
And
funny.
then Maria puts words into the buckle, right? And then It goes property of Maria,
Oh.
property of Maria.
funny.
It's so funny.
That's
Every
funny.
time, yeah, she puts
So in the corner, she's like,
yeah.
That's hilarious, man. All right, so now you're part of the Victorious Dancers, or how long were you part of them?
Few shows.
A few shows.
Few shows, yeah.
Okay, and then how long did you stay in New York? How long were you, Maria, in New York after that? So you were with Eddie Torres for how long?
8 years.
8 years.
8 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Since I started taking classes, yeah, until I left.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then where did you leave to?
Huh?
Where did you leave to?
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Why Hawaii? At all places?
Long story, but close to Japan.
Is it really that close?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's between California and Japan.
Well, I know that, but it's still like a pretty long flight, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It's still like an 8-hour flight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About like 7,
Yeah.
Okay. But I guess it's shorter than New York, right? New York is like a
You'd be
20-hour
surprised that the tourism in Hawaii is heavily influenced by the Japanese market.
flight. Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Japanese and
Japanese.
tourists.
Oh, yeah.
Tourists and the immigrations too.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of Japanese food.
Okay, so
Mhm.
so why Hawaii? You were just like, I needed an island. I need to go back to an island.
Yeah. And the place Maria was born.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, okay. Because she was born in Hawaii. Okay, so what did you do?
and time to, wrap up New York. Like I knew like I have to do.
Yeah.
I have to move out New York one day.
She had to find somebody. That's
I heard
Okay.
everyone says that about New York. It's like a transit. Like no one stays in New York.
Mm.
No one. It's very hard to do what Eddie Torres does. It's like just to
Yeah.
live and die in New York.
Right, right.
Like a very few people do that.
Mm.
I would imagine it's easier. It makes more sense if you're born family. Your family is from there. You're
Yeah.
born there. Like I would imagine it'd be easier than someone not from there moving there and then like settling there. Like
Yo,
Yeah.
Forever.
that'd be. I feel like. I mean, I don't know. I think if I moved to a city like that, I think I'd go insane. I don't know. I would never sleep. I wouldn't be able to.
might be perfect for you though, man, because you don't ever sleep. You keep going and going and
Dude,
going.
it's like my mind, dude. It's just like every day I tell Anastasia, I got an idea. I got another idea. She's like, what is it this time?
Idea time.
Yeah, like and it's just me. That
Yeah.
this is just my thoughts.
Right.
It's just like always, constantly another idea. Oh, let me write that down.
Yeah.
I kind of do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's-
Every other month, she has an idea, and they make so much more sense.
yeah.
But it's like it's always just fun to kind of talk about it and like and fantasize about it.
Yeah.
And then like come back to reality. Okay, this is what we got. This is what we got going on.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we're late for class.
I got idea for business.
But I like trying out the ideas and seeing. I like see if I could follow some of them through.
Yeah.
A lot of times you have to drop them because
Some are more easier than others. you
yeah,
know?
some of them are easier to implement like within your realm.
Yeah.
And some of them are like so out there that's like, man, that's gonna be hard as crap to do. One of them, I think one of those was like making the channel.
Yeah.
That was probably the hardest one to like put into my life. But I'm like, all right, I'm set on this. That's it. Just decide one day like this is it. We got it.
Did your first video and then
It's garbage, but
yeah. What is your first video, by the way?
I think it was the breakdown of Fadi, right?
No, that's your first one.
No, I had this other one's even worse.
Where's it?
I had this one that's totally trash.
Did we tell you a story that way before we met you? In fact, maybe we moved here, maybe we still in Hawaii. I don't remember.
Mhm.
We were looking up. What were we looking up?
Yeah.
Like some how to dance salsa or like some just video online. I don't know what Yuki was looking up.
Mhm.
Or and then we came across how to dress,
Right.
how to go out dancing. Right.
That's funny.
And then she saw all these videos, but then, long story short, she saw a video and she showed me because it was very entertaining, right? And out of all the videos she saw a day, this is the one she said, hey, check this one out. Months later, maybe a year later, who knows, we meet you
Yeah.
and you talk about your channel and blah, 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 and then we go through it, and
Right.
and then
when I
it's like, why does this sound familiar? It's like, I can't remember. And then it took us a couple of times of us like bringing it up randomly. Like, remember that video, Steve? Like, does it look familiar? Or even we'll bring up different stories. She'd be like, oh yeah, remember that video I showed you? I think it's the one Steve did. And we went back to it several times and realized it was you.
Yeah.
And way before we ever met you or you
Right.
came to San Antonio,
Watching.
we saw that video and it was so fucking funny.
That is fucking hilarious. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
That's one of my first couple videos. I feel like that one came out probably the best out of like.
Which, do you know what video we're talking about?
Yeah, it's the one where I have like Towley.
Yeah. And then the guy that has like an open shirt.
Yeah.
It's like just
Oh man, that was a great one, dude. I love that one, dude. That was I was so dumb. Man, that was like, but in my head, like the video wasn't executed perfectly, but the vision was there. I could still see. I could still see the vision in my head and how I wanted it to turn out. That's not how I wanted it to turn out.
Yeah.
But it was the idea was like executed, and it was like. It was to save it for me, so I won't forget.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, but dude, the videos on this channel aren't even my first videos. I think I have like a couple other ones that are just garbage. They're just really bad. They're worse than
you
that
should do like a
breakdown of that cha-cha.
throwback Thursday one day and just like
Whew. Yeah, those
before
are-
South Steve was South Steve. This is South Steve trying to be South Steve.
all right, so now we're in Hawaii.
Can
Okay.
I pause? Like, I gotta really go pee, man.
All right, go.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find it.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
All right, Yuki. So now we're in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what happened when you got to Hawaii? Like you were already used to just being like do whatever I want, or
Yeah.
you were like I'm just gonna find a place. Did you know someone there, or?
No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I wanted to take it easy. Maybe no dancing.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay.
But of course, it doesn't go like that.
No, unfortunately, it does not. Especially with a child,
No.
I can imagine
Yeah.
she needs to do things.
Yeah. And then I've been taking like 4 days a week classes, you know, with Eddie sweating
Mhm.
and then into nothing, all nature,
Yeah.
and you know.
Okay, and then so you were there, and then you ended up like, what? So you weren't teaching salsa when you got there.
No,
What were you doing? Just
no, but
meditating?
yeah, I started working,
Yeah.
and you know,
Okay.
yeah.
And then.
And somebody found me, invited me to teach
Oh, someone invited
workshop.
you to teach.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
okay,
Was it
maybe
like-
once.
Was it like a friend or?
No, some a promoter.
Mm-hmm.
He runs like an event like every Wednesday
Okay.
in Hawaii. It's been going for a long time.
Oh, in Hawaii, and he knew that you were.
Yeah, he heard about me in Hawaii, like me moved to Hawaii.
Mhm.
So he contacted me, and you want to teach? And okay.
And this was at a club. What was the club called?
Yeah. The event is called Salsa
Salsa Mall.
Mall.
What?
M-O-R. Salsa Mall.
Oh, salsa.
Amor, yeah.
Oh, Salsa Amor.
Salsa Mall. Yeah.
Salsa.
They
Amor.
moved to different clubs.
Okay.
And I was not gonna dance again, I think, but that was it. I started dancing again, start teaching, and you know.
Yeah. It's really something that doesn't. It's something hard to get away from, to be honest with you. Once you're like part of it.
Especially if your whole life is like it.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. Even for me, that it wasn't my whole life, but like once I feel like I've invested so much time in this. It's just part of me.
How
now.
long have you been dancing, Steve?
Dude, it's been like 5
years. Wow.
Yeah, like 5 years now.
Man, you've done so much with dancing in just 5 years.
I've been with you guys for how long? Like a year and
October, 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
almost 2 years. So
Wow.
out of those 5 years, 5.5, 3 of them have been instructed. You know,
Nice.
like I was like a year and a half, maybe
Nice.
like a year with Edie.
Yeah.
You know, 2 years with you guys. 2 years I was out running wild. But Taking classes
Yeah.
here and there.
Untamed lion.
Untamed, just out there, you know. Seeing what I can do. You know? But, like, yeah, man. Once you've invested enough time into something, dude, it's hard to get away. I couldn't imagine quitting. Like, for you, even more at 30.
And then she's told me about like her experience of going from New York, the Mecca of Mambo, you know, with Eddie, just high class live music above anything, and then dancing, and then going to Hawaii where it's like slow pace, carefree, doesn't have the Latino culture that New York does. You know.
How did that go? Because you guys have told me about it. Like, I mean, I think you said it one time, Dario. You were like, everyone's like very slow pace. And like you guys had so much more wine and chill time. Like you guys were just like hanging out more often. People were just like.
I can give you a story. This might reflect how people in Hawaii are. If you go to Subway, and then I go to Subway here or Chipotle, right? And they're like, "What do you want? What do you need?" Right? Quick, fast. In Hawaii, it's like, okay, let me get some onions with that. What else you want? Okay, can I have some meat with that? You know, black forest ham? Okay. And there can be a line from here to the door. And that's just like the attitude. They just. So what else we want, brother?
Like everybody's like stoned.
Yeah.
And like in New York, people would be like cutting, like stabbing people.
Yeah.
Like, where's my fucking sandwich?
It's very clear to see that if you're not accustomed to the pace there, that you'll be like, come on, like kind of anxious, like even, you know. But if you're
this is like just a Subway.
Yeah.
This is just like I'm like what's happening right now, dude? Put some meat on there, throw some cheese on there, give me my sandwich.
This is how casual it is, man. That like even when you're formal, you can still wear slippers, sandals, and it be a formal outfit. Flip flops, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I used to go to court in just like shorts and a Hawaiian t-shirt and like slippers.
Oh, they are like chill.
Yeah, just like it's so different and it's almost amazing, you know. Like if that's what you need in life, like Hawaii is amazing in that sense.
Okay.
Different from New York.
Okay.
Right, where it's like.
No, dude, I couldn't imagine.
Touching and going.
You ever seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
That's hilarious, man. That guy's like, it's like you need a bump of cocaine to calm down. It's just so I can relax. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're in a new chill environment. How'd you get used to being in such a chill environment?
It took me a long time.
Damn.
Yeah.
Your transitions are like a slap in the face. Like you go from like Japan to New York and then Hawaii is probably completely different than Japan. Japan, I would assume the life in Japan is more similar to New York.
Depends what city. Maybe.
Is that
right?
Is that an accurate?
Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah, some part. It's like a Tokyo, you know.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her hometown though, her hometown reminds me more of San Antonio.
Oh really?
Than like
smaller though.
A lot smaller, but it's just very like town feeling. It's just like a town, you know. Like San Antonio can feel like a town. It's just very big.
Gotcha.
And you have city parts, right? Tokyo though, it's a you know cities, you know, subway kind of city. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're in Hawaii, and now you taught your first class at the Salsa On2 Now.
Well, you know, salsa scene, the whole salsa scene is like 50 people in Hawaii.
Maybe around 100 people.
Yeah. Nombre.
San Antonio coming out. She's deaf very fast.
And no salsa classes to take.
Oh.
There was no salsa
So how was?
Well, back then.
Okay.
So I cried. Really, I cried. Like, why I came here? You know, Eddie's class was just like I go to class, exercise or dance, sweat. I don't even have to go to social or anything after that because
That was it.
Yeah, I get salsa fix after 3-4 hours.
After your 18-hour class on Sundays.
Yeah, I can't imagine why.
And, like, so I really cried. Like there's nothing, no place like that, you know. And my friend told me, my friend back in New York, still she was in there. She told me, well, I think you gotta be the one create. Yeah, you're gonna be the editors in Hawaii.
Okay.
So, you know, I think, you know, this is it. Like I have to do it. And so I started teaching, creating, for me to enjoy it.
Okay.
So I get
Yeah, I get it. Okay, so you started teaching class.
Yeah.
How'd that go? Your first class? You started at like a studio, gym, or
Yeah.
how'd that go? How'd you promote it? How did that start out? Since you don't know anybody yet besides some more promoters.
So some more, the guy and the lady, her name is Emmy. She knows a lot of people in salsa scene. In the world, right? Probably.
Yeah. She's a connector.
She's a connector. So she rented the studio for me because she saw potential.
She saw the value.
Okay.
You know, maybe we can grow some salsa scene here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so she helped me a lot.
Oh, that's super cool. Okay. So did you start doing weekly classes right away?
Once a week.
Just
Just
choreography.
choreography.
Oh,
so
just
no,
choreography?
Yeah.
That wasn't like you didn't do social dancing classes over there?
No.
No?
No.
I need footwork.
Shine class sometime.
What the choreography was
Shine.
Oh, that's true.
Shine.
That's
So
very
like
true.
Yeah. So,
two birds in one
kind of-
stone, you know.
so-
Okay, so the choreography class was Shine. You didn't do partner work in your choreographies at that time?
Yeah,
You did not?
I did.
You did.
I did.
Timbalero?
Timbalero, I didn't.
Right.
No, so it's the
Well, she
choreography.
started, yeah.
Why choreography is like to kind of like trick people, and then to commit people to commit certain amount of time, long time. Let's say like 3-4 months to finish and perform choreography, right? So I can work with same people over and over.
Gotcha.
But if I teach at the nightclub every week, like I can't build.
Gotcha.
You know?
It's a lot harder to make them commit just for a social dancing class.
Right.
Yeah. I could imagine that, but
So I said, yeah, I want to do choreography to get commitment. So I started.
okay. So then you started doing these classes, and is that where you met him?
Kinda.
He just walks in with his long hair.
No, at that time, so Yuki and I moved to Hawaii almost like days apart. She came from New York, I came from San Antonio.
Okay.
I came out September 18th. I think she got there a few days before I did. September 18th, 2012. We didn't meet till this next summer, right? And during that time, I was dancing with actually a individual by the name of Greg Henry, who was like, let's call him the Lee Rios of Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
You know what I mean? Everyone went through Greg. He had been there for 10 plus years. Like, everyone started with Greg.
Bro, every city has a guy like that.
Yeah.
Every city has like, there's this like couple in New York. They've been teaching this club called La Rumba for like, I don't know how long. And I forget what the names are. Jen and like Amika or something.
I'm sure Denver had the same thing too,
And
right?
and everyone's been through them. Everyone taking classes from them at La Rumba on like a Monday.
Yeah.
You know, like, everyone has a person they're taking classes from at that
Right.
city. It's like,
And in Hawaii, it was Greg Henry, who's still a friend of ours, who actually moved back to California. But at that time, I was dancing with him because I wanted to meet people. I was there by myself too. I didn't know anybody, so salsa dancing was a good way to meet people. But some of the same people on that team were also dancing with Yuki on her first team there, and they'll come to me, oh, have you heard about Yuki? I was like, Yuki who? Like I was more into like surfing and hiking and adventuring, you know, in Hawaii. I wasn't there to dance. And then I remember one of my team members showed me some shine step. I was like, wow, you're learning that? I was like, man, that's so cool. Like, I want to learn some shines. Like, you know.
That's funny.
But you know, I was super broke at the time. You know, I just moved out by myself. I was doing grad school. You know, I was working full time. Like, you know, I was just trying to stay afloat in Hawaii.
Correct.
So I wasn't really
I can imagine like the cost of living in Hawaii.
Yeah, it was
pretty
really
expensive.
hard.
Is it comparable to New York?
Yeah.
The cost of living?
Almost same.
It's almost the same.
I think so.
It's crazy.
Maybe there's more opportunity in New York though for high-paying jobs.
Right.
I could imagine that.
Yeah.
I could imagine that. So I don't know. What is the population of Hawaii mainly contains? Like retired people, or is it like? I can't imagine.
Retired people.
I can't imagine there's a lot of young rich people there.
No. There's a lot of expensive housing, and a lot of expensive housing that people own don't live there,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's kind of an issue too. There's a lot of local people, local families, and there's a lot of people like us who move there and become part of like Hawaii. You know, so I consider Hawaii a second home. I've lived there for 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I really became part of the community there. We invested a lot in the community there. You know, and there's a lot of people like that too. So you have a mix of like tourism, foreigners, and like local people. It's a melting pot. That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
You know, actually Oahu I think means the gathering place in Hawaii. Oahu.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you know, it's a big melting pot.
Okay, so
Long story short, yeah, like I saw these people doing shine. I was like, oh wow, I want to learn that. And then when she got done with her first choreography team, and she had promoted free salsa class, you know, because she was doing like a free salsa. Free salsa.
Free. I'm gonna think.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go.
I'm there.
I'm
yo.
there. I'm on some shines.
Woo.
You know, and you know, salsa on two. I thought I knew how to dance salsa on two because I knew the rhythm of the tumbao, right? I knew the 2 and the 6, and then I knew how to find it. But whenever I would dance, I would always go up. In fact, we talked about this a lot. Like we danced together before we met, before we really knew each other, and we always kind of like, oh yeah, that was you. Oh yeah, that was you. And like I was a guy that like had long-term patterns, didn't have like timing or anything. Right. This is before like I really met her and stuff.
Okay.
But I do remember having an experience that I was in Hawaii. I remember this place called Vice. It was on a Thursday night. Super cool place.
It's still there?
No, it's not there.
That was a Salsa More
Salsa More.
at Vice.
So yeah.
Oh, Vice is a venue.
In other
Salsa
words,
More was
it's
the
like
event.
Events, yeah.
Lee's event, Algo Nuevo. It's
Mhm.
Algo
Right,
Nuevo. It moves, but it's Algo Nuevo, right?
Right,
In
right.
Hawaii, it's Salsa More, and it moves to
Okay,
different
good.
venues. That place is called Vice. I remember seeing a Japanese dancer dancing. I was like, oh my god! And I remember telling some friends back in San Antonio, I was like, man, these Japanese dancers can dance better than Latinas.
Yeah.
You know, and long story, I mean, further down, I connected the dots, and that was Yuki. I was seeing Yuki dance. She had
Gotcha.
long hair then. She flowed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so like one day he just walks into your free class, trying not to pay money.
Not trying. That was the goal.
That was the goal.
It says free salsa.
Got my coupon.
I got the coupon online.
I printed it out.
But the whole time, everybody in that team that they shared. So Yuki and this guy Greg, they shared some dancers. They both dance on each other's team, and they're always saying, "Oh, you should go try it out. It's a lot of fun. You really like it." And finally, they say, "Hey, you know, this Saturday it's a free salsa class." I'm like, "I'm there." It's a
So
free
he
class.
walks in on Saturday and he takes class, and then
Right.
and then he
And
keeps
then
coming back.
she instantly
Come back.
falls in love with me, and then
No.
Okay, so does he join a team instantly, or he does it come back for like 4 months?
so this is what happened. Okay, so I went there, and a lot of people from the community went to take class because at this point she had been there for okay, this is the summer, right? We moved in the fall, so she'd been there for six months or something like that. So people already knew she was the real deal when it comes to like dancing salsa on two, right? Including me. I was like, oh, okay, like let me go learn something. So when she had this free class, a few people from the community went. But then after the class, she said, "Oh, come back next week. We had the same class, you know, from 5 to 12." And I remember when we were practicing, when she was giving us a free shine class, right, a free salsa class, and behind us, this big huge studio, there was the dance team performing. I mean, rehearsing, and they're going back and forth, rehearsing because they think they had a show that weekend or something.
Okay.
Right, and I remember I was so distracted from like Yuki's lesson and looking back and like, I was like, man, what are they doing? Like, you know, I want to do that. Like that looks like so much fun. But you know, Yuki's teaching us some shines and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just remember like they were like on a different level already.
Yeah.
Even some of the good dancers that came here.
Okay.
You know, they knew some shines. They can do a whole sequence. You know, like 3-minute sequence. Like, oh my God, I can't even do like 2 shines put together. Like I had a hard time. And so I recognize like, okay, they obviously they're on a different level.
Yeah, I remember some fame on there.
Yeah. And then after class, she's like, oh, okay, you know, come back next week. You know, we have same class. You know, we'll continue. So I was like, okay, I guess she thinks I'm a good dancer. She wants me to come back. Like, okay, I'll come back. If I'm invited, I guess I have the free pass, right? So I come back, same story, come back, same story, come back. You know, and then after like a month,
not good of taking payments.
No, after like a month and a half, she was like, okay, she calls it registration. Okay, registration, and then people come with a class card or come payment, and I'm thinking, oh my God, like she charges, like, fuck. I was thinking like, I only came for this one class, but I came already 4 classes, so I owe her 3. But at the time, I didn't have any money. I was like, or at least not on me. I was like, man. So I told these guys like, Yuki, like, I'm sorry, I felt so embarrassed that I couldn't pay, you know. So I was like, you know, can I come back again? You know, can I pay in payments? And she said,
I know I'm not paying, but can I come back again?
and then she gives me a class card. Here's a class card. You know, pay me when you can. You know, and I'm a stickler when it comes to like details and that. You know, she gives me my word.
You're too nice.
Give her my word.
You're too nice.
Yeah. And so I used to.
No, but I gave him a card. Now he has to pay for the card.
Yeah.
Oh, that was his commitment.
That was
like you signed your life away.
Yeah.
Hey, here's your card. You can come back. Of course.
So
pay me when you can.
If she would have told me from the beginning.
That's funny.
Yeah, if she would have told me from the beginning, like, you know, like how much I would have to commit, it would have been so easy for me to like, oh, I'm too busy. Like I'm telling you, I was all into like, you know, I was very active in Hawaii by myself, like hiking, swimming, you know, snorkeling. I was trying to learn how to deep dive, you know.
Gotcha.
So it was very easy for me, like, oh, okay, I'm cool, I'm got it. But because after like 4 weeks, you know, like I learned the value and like how much I was learning and like how like valuable this is. Like I said, all right, like can I pay you in payments? And I'll give her money in envelopes. And I will put how much I owed, how much I paid, and the date. You know, like every time. You know, and that's how our relationship started. Like I was her student, like from the get go. And I guess she thought I was cute. She's like, I'm gonna keep this guy in my corner in my pocket.
Because he owes me money.
Yeah.
It's like $2.
Yeah.
Minus $2.
And that was in the summer.
Envelope.
Steve, that was in the summer of 2013.
Oh, okay. That's a
Yeah.
while back.
Yeah, it was a while back.
That was fine. What year was it? 7
20
years ago.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So this is just fresh.
Yes, and we both moved to Hawaii same time, early September 2012.
Okay.
And then that summer 2013 is when we met, started dancing with her. So
Okay. All right. So then.
He came. It's like, yeah, I know. I've been dancing for 2 years. I know how to dance on 2.
You know, it's funny. Like Edie, like when she first started teaching me dance, like she would tell me all these weird things, like like she had all these weird hints.
Yeah.
Like they were just odd. Like, and one of them that I remember is like, Steve, never tell anybody how long you've been dancing.
Yeah.
Because and you know it's funny. Like now I know why she told me that.
Yeah.
Because like first because I know she like, you know, she started dancing when, or she stopped working when she was like 30 to start dancing permanently.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
And so you know when you're 30 and you start dancing when you're like 25, you know, say you're only been dancing 5 years, it doesn't seem like a whole lot of time.
Right.
But time is weird when it comes to an art.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's plenty of people that have been dancing for like 15 years.
Right.
And like, yeah, but you do it once a week poorly.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it counts in a sense,
Right.
but when you're trying to count it towards the art form, it's a totally different.
More like a professional way.
Correct. You know, yeah. If you're trying to count it towards more like a professional
And a
way,
career.
in a career way, 15 years of you doing it once, every Sunday, you listen to salsa music doesn't count.
Right.
Versus training every day for 40 hours a week. It's a completely different thing. If you do 40 hours a week for 5 years, that's completely different than 15 years every Sunday. You turn on Tito Puentes,
Yeah.
that's not the same thing. I think 5 years of consistent training. So I think she told me that, and over time here, and I don't ever ask that question either, because she told me that. So now I think about it as more like a not disrespectful thing, but it's just like it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Time doesn't mean anything. So and especially when you first start dancing, you kind of come up with that cocky 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, 2 years.
I've been doing 2 years. That's 2 years. That's like fucking forever.
Right.
And then and you can look at you like.
So my idea of dancing on two, I was confident. I remember this. I was confident because I danced on two because I knew the difference between on one and on two. That was my gauge. I was like, oh yeah, I can dance on two. I can hear it and then catch it. You know what I mean? Like that was good.
That was your threshold.
But she's coming from New York. Coming from the Mecca Mambo. So her interpretation of dancing on two and my interpretation of dancing on two.
Oh my god,
dude! You should see my old videos when I was so stiff. I was we call this dancing in crisis. I was like dancing on ice. When you see someone dancing on ice and moving on ice or slipping over. That's kind of how I was.
Man, that's
crisis.
Alright, so now you've been teaching Hawaii, and you were teaching there for a while. You created teams, and then got your friend's name. I can't think. James. Was he there when you started?
James is.
When did he come in the picture?
James came in the picture before I did when it comes to Fuego y Agua.
Oh, okay.
Fuego y Agua started in New York.
Correct.
Fuego y Agua started in New York with her. She had a former partner.
I asked you about Fuego y Agua.
If you look at Fuego y Agua, New York, you'll see things from early 2011 and 10, I think. Or
next year we celebrate 10 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 10 years.
So how'd that start? Was Frank taking classes at Eddie Torres too?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how I met him.
Okay.
And we're like, oh, you have good energy. Oh, you have good energy.
Okay.
And that guy is electrifying. Hence the word fuego.
Yeah.
Electrifying. He is out of this world. You won't find another dancer like him. Some people criticize, this and that, his style, his flavor, whatever. But no one can deny that you'll never see another Frank. He has this unique way of dancing. Electrifying. Electrifying.
Yuki, something would you say that the reason that a lot of those people that went to Eddie Torres school, maybe it was more intention more than talent, their intention was to become professional versus
they just had talent.
Versus they just had talent and they were just around talented people.
Students then?
Let's talk about Adolfo. How the earlier question I asked you. It's would you say a lot of those people just had more intention to become professional dancers?
I think so.
Versus
to get training.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. They're I'll take training. I'll go train. Yeah, I'll go do this. I'll go do that. That was their intention to become as awesome as possible. Because you talk about Frank and Fuego y Agua. It's it takes some effort. You have to make the effort to be hey, you want to be a partner? You want to do shows? You want to practice for the shows? You want to travel, do shows? Whatever it is that you did, that takes a lot of work. That's not just that's not an overnight thing for the most part. I think nobody's yo, I'm gonna just start dancing and practicing all the time. It takes a lot more thought than that to be able to commit that time.
Yeah.
Especially come up with a name we're Fuego y Agua now. To come up with a name that's be known as Fuego y Agua.
So she was dancing with Frank for a while, and then they expanded to a team for intentional, and that's a good story. What happened 2011 tsunami?
Tsunami happened.
Where?
Earthquake in Japan. That was in 2011.
Frank was in Japan?
No. We were in New York.
I'm confused what
And
happened.
then Frank and I were
Frank was in
performing.
New York.
Yeah.
They were already dancing.
We performing together.
On the Eddie Torres dancer team?
They were
We
more-
did. We
Or
did
you
a
were just
show
separate?
once. We did a show.
Okay.
For
Yeah,
example,
so we are-
when they did Salsa the Celebration, she danced with Frank a number, and then she danced with Eddie Torres dancers,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah,
Eddie Torres
so-
Jr. and Eddie Torres. So it was kind of like all in the family.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So why'd you just
yeah.
decide why'd you guys decide to make Fuego y Agua?
Yeah. So the tsunami happened in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
2011, and then I couldn't do anything. I was in New York. I couldn't help people surviving, having hard time in Japan, and a lot of artists getting together in New York to like just give some awareness to support Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were one of them, and there was a singer, her name is Yoko, Japanese singer, salsa singer.
Oh, okay.
So Yoko and I had a project, and then I said, okay, let me put a team together.
Mm-hmm.
So Frank and I started talk to people. Hey, we have this project. You wanna do it? We have 4 weeks, I think, before the show.
That must be nice. Let's get this done in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Not 6 months.
So,
4 weeks. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
yeah. And then we put choreography together. Boom, boom, boom. Some dancers came. We had this big show at the BB King
Mm-hmm.
on the Times Square. It was like really amazing night. Like everybody's energy and then intention to like give
Mm-hmm.
like exploded that night. So we had like a really, really good moment for the first show.
Mm-hmm.
From there, like, yeah, we gotta continue doing this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, to give, you know. I think we start saying like dance for life or
Mhm.
life is now.
Gotcha.
Since then.
Okay.
That's Frank's phrase now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
He has a whole brand.
Life is
now.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then you created Fuego y Agua, and then
Right.
you brought the whole branding to
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then you continued.
Uh-huh.
All right. And then James came. Dario came.
So James is connected also to, remember that connector we said, Emmy?
Oh, Emmy.
So she was convincing Yuki, oh, you gotta do more. Yuki's like, oh, okay, fine, you know. So Emmy was really the one that made it happen, because Emmy wanted to see it happen.
Gotcha.
And then Yuki was like, well, I don't have a partner, right? And she was also working with Greg. Remember I told you Greg is the guy who everyone went through? She
Gotcha.
also worked with him. In fact, they did a project together. But she still needed like someone to help her,
To teach
Gotcha.
to
us.
teach with. And so Emmy said, okay, I know a guy, James.
Okay.
Emmy had talked to James, and James had been out of the scene because he had been in the scene a long time in Hawaii. He's old school, like 15 plus years in Hawaii,
Okay.
right? And then he's one of the better dancers. Everybody knows James. So he took a hiatus, took some break, you know. And then this around the time we came, and then Amy's all like, "Hey, Yuki needs a partner. Do you think you want to help him?" And James like, "All right, fine." And then that's when James worked with Yuki to do like a class together.
Okay. Nice.
Before she started teaching heavily in Hawaii.
Okay.
So I think maybe James was the first person she ever really met in salsa scene, top 10 people,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So then you taught with James for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we're in Hawaii. James, Dario, you're making teams,
Mm-hmm.
and so how's that going? You remember you told me you perform like 1 million times a year or something.
Yeah. We did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, not 1 million, but
Yeah. That was a lot of shows.
Lot of shows. One time, so we had like 22 people in the dance team.
Mm-hmm.
Same people the whole time. Some in and out.
Yeah.
But
Somewhere in 2015, we celebrated the 50th show. And we celebrated at Salsa On2, that place, right? It was a different venue.
oh yeah.
But I remember we celebrated and we all had a toast. And I made a whole video about it.
Yeah, so we had 11 numbers
Bro.
or something
Steve,
like that.
she would do like 4 or 5 routines a year. So this part of the reason why we, as a small group, there's maybe like a solid 10 to 12 of us. We got up to 20 at one point. But we were so engaged for at least 3 to 4 years because we were done routine, and then she first did mambo, she did castellano, and then she did Bailando Estaba, Pachanga, and then she did another partner work, Para Todo Mundo, Rumba, she brought it back, and then we did like a shine, which timbaleros, you know, and then she did Bang Bang, which is cha-cha, and it just kept going. So like, we were always like stimulated, we were always learning.
And you made these up yourself?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah. And like and these were like designed like the way the editors designed them. Similar.
Some yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the how I feel music and then translate to music is translate into move is what I learned from Eddie.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and does he teach like kind of like how we do it in class? Like
No.
or does he teach it a little differently? Like the structure, like
yeah.
like he has like his 800 moves.
I have an old syllabus that Yuki has from him. It's Editor's Shine syllabus from 1972.
1972. So he's been doing this for a long time.
This is like 200 shines.
And less than 200
Yeah.
shines.
No, or more.
Maybe
I
more.
think, yeah.
And a lot of them, we know, right? And a lot of them, the names are kind of changed. But and he'll indicate like the women's and men's timing, what they were starting and end. So they're very detailed, and there's even copyrighted. Like I'll bring it next time I see it.
Wow, that's like the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, I
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Signed, John Hancock.
Yeah.
Okay, so
from what I know now, correct me if I'm wrong, Yuki, but what she did back then was like strictly editorial language. You know, I don't think she ever, and if she did make up some stuff, it was because that song, and that music, and that time, and that phrase in the music, and it allowed it to do something expressive. But for the most part, it was like clean cut, like editorial language, like
by the book.
By the book, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool.
That time.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we're working hard on all these teams, and then you managed to come to San Antonio, right?
Yeah.
All right. And well, how was that decision made? Because now you're moving again to another weird ass place. Because another place that's just completely different.
Mm-hmm.
I met this guy.
Mm-hmm. And he convinced you to come
This
here?
random guy.
And you really wanted to come back home, or?
So there's 2 parts to that, I would say, of why we came to San Antonio. And a lot of it had to do with us getting into a relationship. Because like, as you know, I started as a student, 100% student. And she trained me from 2013 till 2016. Right, I was her student. And in 2016 is when she had invited me to partner with her. Right, so that's when she invited me to partner with her. And that's also the time where our relationship kind of began. So I used to say like she just wanted me really bad, and so she knew I was trying to leave Hawaii, so she captured me. But reality,
Made him fall in love.
yeah, our first project together was a number called Maria Cervantes by Tito Puente, which was Yuki's dream number that she created, and this is before we started dating. It was her dream number before we started dating, and she created it kind of for me, with me, and she allowed me to even put my own 2 cents. Even to now, I know exactly the 2 bars that I kind of put in. For the most part, like Yuki she was it. She was the show. She ran everything. She created everything. Like I was 100% like her student. Like I was just learning from it.
Gotcha.
In fact, and to this day, she still continues to train me.
Gotcha.
And in that process, we got really close.
Okay. Cool.
You know, and then life circumstances, her life circumstance, and my life circumstance started to change, and it kind of allowed for us to kind of come together in a really like unexpected way. Because we both of us didn't expect for this to happen, and it just kind of happened, kind of magically. So it was kind of like two magnets like coming together, and inevitable. It just connected.
Okay, cool. So then,
You like that?
So then, that's how you guys ended up here. You guys made the decision to come here.
We got married in Hawaii.
Okay.
And we got engaged in Hawaii, and then while we were in that process, you know, we had to look in the future, you know, because there was just the circumstance in Hawaii is very, very limited. The resources are very limited.
Gotcha.
Small island.
Yeah, and I knew two things. I'm born and raised from San Antonio. I'm a San Antonio guy, and I have family here. So I knew that, like, for whatever reason, I had to find a reason to come back.
Gotcha.
You know, other than my family, because there's a big reason why I needed to come back to San Antonio. But I also looked at, like, you know, our life together and what we can do. And I knew that we couldn't do this in Hawaii. Because of the resources, because of the cost of living, because of just the market in Hawaii wasn't quite, you know, wasn't, what's the good word?
I mean, if there's only 50 people in the scene.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so many times you can sell them a class.
And this is what I knew about San Antonio, is that the cost of living here was good.
Yeah.
A lot of good paying jobs. A lot of people here had disposable income. Important factor is that the culture here, Latin dancing, was really common here. Most people want to learn dance salsa. Now they've heard about dancing salsa or cumbias or something, fiesta, other culture. And it's a culturally rich art city, right? That complements what we do. And I also knew that if I brought Yuki here, San Antonio needs what Yuki has.
Gotcha.
You know, so I knew that we can build something here together. So not only that I know that I'll come back to my family, but I can build something with my wife here in San Antonio.
Okay, perfect.
And that the people in San Antonio will value, and that we can build something together.
Okay, nice. Cool. So then, so you guys get here, and then now we have the school.
So yeah, we get here in August. We got married in July 22nd, 2017. By August 25th, we were in San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
So we took a road trip from LA to Vegas to
Grand Canyon.
Then Grand Canyon through New Mexico. We came through Texas. We got established here in August. By November 28th, I think, 2017, the same year, we started teaching seminary. We had met with Lee. We told Lee, we looked at Lee as a mentor, as a friend of ours. You know, we told him what we plan to do, what we want to do. He opened his door to us. He said, hey, come teach at our studio. You know, I want Salsa On2 present, and I'll be more than happy to teach you guys. Have you guys there. And, you know, he knew that we eventually wanted to branch out and do our own thing. And he still allowed us to, like, come to his studio and teach there to his students.
He's a cool guy, man.
Yeah,
he's a really nice guy.
Like,
I know
for sure,
really
like,
cool guy.
Yeah, we the reason why we came here is to do what we're doing, but there's no denial. There's no denying the fact that, like, we wouldn't have had such an easier experience if it wasn't for Lee opening up his studio for us.
Gotcha.
Like, it really helped us out. We learned so much being there and having the dance community come to us, to how we wanted to, like, really structure our program and stuff, and our system, because we knew we needed to do something. We just didn't know how to do it.
Gotcha.
And in that process at Seminaire is where we were able to get the experience to, like, okay, this is what we need to do, this is how we do it. We slowly went from, like, them paying us to teach us Salsa On2 class, to us paying them to rent a studio, to us finally moving out and having our own studio. And then they've been supportive of us the whole time, and into this day, like, we just had Lee a few weeks ago to teach us bachata choreography.
So fun.
So,
yeah.
And now we have our school.
And now we have Salsa On2 School. The Fuego y Agua is still going on. Those are our performers. Those are our dancers. So people who take the
I'm one of them.
Salsa Steve is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a dance academy that strictly teaches Salsa On2. and it comes from editors by the book. You know, everything comes. We put a lot of hard work into creating. It took us like months of like 24 hours, 7 days a week creating this. And everything's really like reference. And Yuki always says, Eddie wouldn't do this. Eddie would do this. Eddie wouldn't do this. Eddie would do this. Right? To this day, I try to create something. Eddie wouldn't do that. Eddie would do this. Okay.
You're doing too much.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's amazing. I, for sure, as a student, I am grateful that Yuki, not only was she an academic dancer, so she knows body movement, and she also studied like human and human contact with the school called San Antonio. What is it called? Alexander technique, which is a different story. She didn't tell you, but she's also academic dancer.
Told me about that before.
Yeah. And then also that her only salsa instructor, maestro, was Eddie Torres for so long. So combine those two things together, like as a student, I'm blessed. So whenever she's scolding me or teaching me or training me, like I always like put my ego aside. Okay, like no matter how much I've grown as a dancer, like I know that her experience and her value, it's so much more than I appreciate so much, you know. Yeah. And it bleeds into our school.
Correct.
So everything we do at our school, everything it comes from her appreciation, from her gratefulness, from her gratitude of what she learned from Eddie, you know, and from Maria, and then what she learned from New York, and what she's taught that, like she's maintained that nucleus. Yeah. You know, and then what is Salsa On2 School?
Gotcha.
And this is what I can't proudly say we teach Salsa On2 Eddie Torres style, but I can probably say that through Yuki we teach Salsa On2 Eddie Torres style. Yeah. Because she's a first generation Eddie Torres dancer.
Gotcha. Yeah. Definitely. And then we also have, what were you just saying, Yuki? Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say we also have Mambo Caribou.
Most people don't know this, but so Caribou means club in Japanese. Okay. So we wanted Mambo Club, but yeah, that was gonna be the name of our social. But I really wanted the influence of, you know, of Yuki's kind of culture also influence in the scene, you know. The Japanese influence. Gotcha. You know, that she's always stuck from the very beginning. Fuego Agua dancers came from the relief support of the tsunami that happened in 2011, and it's just always been a part. And plus, she's Japanese. Yeah. You know, so I said, okay, wouldn't it be cool if we named it Kurabu, which means club in Japanese. Gotcha. Right, and the pronunciation really, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's klabu. Right, it's like a Japanese, it's an English, Western imported word into Japan, which means club, kurabu, because the Japanese don't use L. Yeah. Oh, right, gotcha. So they kurabu, right? So how do you say club in Japanese?
Kurabu.
It almost sounds like club. It's funny. It's a club. Yeah, it's not kurabu. It's not kaburubu. It's
Luluwing.
All right, so now we're gonna transition to the last and final thing. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I do.
There's Yuki though.
Yeah. Yuki, you have any questions?
Do you have any questions for me, Yuki? This is your time.
Okay.
Any question?
Do you like dancing?
Do I like dancing?
Salsa?
I love dancing salsa. A lot.
Even frustrating?
Even when it's frustrating. I think the frustrating part is probably the fact that the reason I like doing it. Like I don't like things that are easy. I think it's also like a human nature, but it's like I don't like things that like come. Like I chose it because someone told me one time, a long time ago. Someone told me that salsa is the hardest dance to learn.
Really?
And I'm like, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Perfect.
I'll do
that way. I can feel really special.
It is. It's not easy.
No,
you know?
It's not.
Do you remember that when you first started? You know.
Edie, man. She was so kind.
She must have been patient with you, man.
Patient.
The way you talked to us about her.
Dude, she was patient, man. She was just screaming at me all the time. Do it again and again and again, and then I don't know. I mean, it's just like all she gave me, man. Like, man, she was also a very entertaining person. But she has, it's like the same thing. Like when I took like Eddie Torres class, that's the same like energy that she gives out. Like she has like a shine to her. Like she very, and she's a little lady.
Yeah,
she's a little tiny lady.
Yeah.
So like she gives out that like she's very entertaining, and like the things she says are also fucking weird.
Yeah.
She says a lot of weird things. Like I'm like, this is like a old school thing to say, just odd things.
Steve, you're
like,
lucky to have her as a first instructor.
Yeah.
She's a pioneer,
dude.
You know, in the salsa scene, especially when it comes to like online material and like market.
Dude, when I think when she told me that she danced in 56 countries, I flipped out. I'm like, you're a liar. I went home straight to my computer.
And that was back, and she did it back then when not a lot of people did that. You know, it goes to show like.
Yeah, that was back then when like, freaking. I mean, the only people did were like Eddie Torres. You know, like Eddie Torres.
And
yeah, like the top people. You know. Yeah. And like, man, dude, I was just like, I was 100% in. I was like, this is all I'm gonna do. And I was like, you know, it was really funny. Like, probably like a month or two before, I bought all this hiking gear. I still have it to this day. I'm talking like I went out and I spent like $2,000. Oh my God. I was like, I am gonna be a hiker. You know, I got like this mat that's like you blow it up with your mouth.
Yeah.
And then I got this like tent that's like small and compact, so you could carry it and it's lightweight. You could take it into the woods and sleep out. I got this like sleeping bag that could like survive like minus 35 degrees in the sleeping bag.
Have you used that?
I've never used any of it. Okay. I've never even been fucking camping. Wow. I think one time I used it. Bro, one time one time I built it in a parking lot just so I could sleep in that parking lot one time. That's the only time I've ever used it.
You know, you live in almost Central Texas. There are so many opportunities for you to use that stuff. We'll get to another day. Yeah. But Yuki, you have any more questions for?
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Because
really? He's spending a lot of time at the studio practicing, or not only at the studio, but I see, you know, you practicing at home or everywhere. Like.
Yeah. I mean.
He must love it.
I really hate myself. But with that, guys,
I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Where do you see this YouTube channel going in like 5 years?
5 years? Dude, 5 years, man. I'm hoping we're gonna be doing skits. We're gonna be traveling to congresses. We're gonna be continue interviewing people because I just like talking. And it's a lot easier to edit. Hopefully I hire someone to edit, you know, and, you know, hopefully Coca-Cola and Pepsi are going to be promoting me for drinking. That's not my show. But that's what I see, like, you know, in my head.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know? And hopefully also we'll be doing more salsa dancing on here when I get a cameraman that could videotape me as I'm salsa dancing. That's like the hardest part right now.
Hey, can you record me real quick?
So I can dance? Yeah. So like, I get so many complaints from people like, why don't you ever dance on your show? I'm like, dude, because I'm the one holding the camera.
Yeah, you're the one working.
I'm doing all the work here, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe one day, you know.
Yeah.
But that reminds me, I need to do more dancing.
What do you enjoy the most about interviewing people?
You know, like, I sit here and I write stuff down, and then, like, it's weird, but I kind of, like, in a way, I'm, like, doing research. Mm-hmm. You know, and I write down little things, like
Yoko, right?
I wrote Yoko. Sometimes I just write stuff down, that way I could ask questions later. But sometimes, like, kind of like stuff like this, like, same name event. It doesn't sound like much, but the fact that you don't use a different name, you keep growing that same name on that brand for that event, and and then continue moving at other places,
Uh-huh.
that's like a little check mark.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Sell some more.
You know, sell some more. We're gonna keep moving it
Yeah.
everywhere. And it's like, it's not, for me, it's like that's like a little, like a
Firecracker.
yeah. For me, in my head, I'm just like, oh, I'll take that. You know?
Yeah.
Thank you for that hint. That's something I wouldn't have known beforehand.
awesome.
You know? And so, like, I get to see, like, in a way, I get to see what worked and what hasn't worked for people. And I kind of like, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm weird. I listen to a lot of Tony Robbins sometimes.
Yeah.
Success leaves clues.
Yeah.
That's one of the things he says. And I really believe that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's, I'm not saying there's cheat codes in life and there's easy ways to get out of work, but there's a lot of stuff out there that will make it a lot easier for you.
And I would even say failure creates roadmaps.
Yeah, exactly. And like a lot of things, it's like, you know, if someone else failed at something and they figured out something that works, maybe I don't have to hit all those fucking walls.
Yeah.
You know, and I can just be like, oh, don't call an event 18 different things. Keep branding it the same way. And,
Yeah.
you know, like, so things like that, you know, and like, you know, I get to hear, you know, I just get to hear, like, I like to ask questions that I'm interested in, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, because sometimes, you know, like, kind of like, you know, the adultful thing, or it's like, did they look like amazing dancers when they walked in, you know, like,
Right.
yeah, there's people that are weird, you know, you know, I've worked around some really intelligent people before that were like, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but that doesn't mean like there's you can put so much work into something, like so much effort, you know. So like little things like that. That's what I really like.
I gotta say, man, as a fan, as a viewer, I get a lot of value from the videos you make.
Yeah.
For every video, I've seen them all.
Damn, man. Thanks.
And I get
that's a lot of hours.
it's a lot of hours. I always make sure to watch, and I get a lot of value from everybody, from Gonzo to Janae to this previous one you did with Natiao. Like, it was so interesting to hear his perspective with Jose.
Dude, you know, like they see that thing about our like. There's like all you're so like into yourself, you don't realize all these lives are like happening all the time. You know, it's like I'm reading a book.
Yeah.
You know, and like some person,
one chapter at a time.
except,
Every chapter is like so different.
Yeah, except like this human being's actually telling me their life story as like a book, and I'm getting like the live version from their perspective. And it's like, wow, man, this person's like lived a life. You know, like it's like a human being that has its own stories. They're special in their own way, and they've had their own struggles. You know, whatever it is, and it's just crazy. Like, especially when you're just so into yourself all the time. It's like you're walking around just thinking about yourself all day, and it's like, fuck, there's like 7 billion other people doing the same thing.
Yeah,
mind blowing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even with Yuki, like you only heard like a little bit of her story.
Yeah, and that's a lot.
Yeah, you know, you haven't heard, you know, how she became a reggae DJ. You haven't heard how she used to ride a motorcycle. You know, Harley. How, you know, she used to cut her hair bald when she was in college.
Yeah,
if she's tried cocaine or not. You know, or when and why she did it.
Calm down. From New York.
So, you know, it's incredible. But I gotta say, if you're watching this video to this point, you gotta subscribe. Right there. Like we say, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment below what you think about this video.
Yeah.
That we're out.